Hello. Let's start out standing today for your breathing warm up. I want you to begin with your feet just in your normal stance, hip width apart. Lace your fingers together and place your hands where they naturally land, which will probably be about the height of your diaphragm, and just leave your arms at rest there. Let's take a couple breaths just to observe what a deep breath feels like. I want you to take that breath in through your nose. Imagine the air going deep into your lungs and feel your rib cage expanding right underneath your hands and your forearms. And then exhale either through your nose or your mouth with just a little force behind it so we can accent the way the abdominal muscles compress to help you blow out the air. As you breathe in, take your time with the breath. Visualize it going all the way down to your feet and all the way up to the crown of your head. And then be patient with that exhale and just see how long you can get it to drag out as you blow out that air. Take one more breath in like that, feeling your ribs expand in every direction. And now as you exhale, I want you to round your upper body forward, flip your palms over and push your arms away from you. And then as you inhale, fill back up with that air, return your hands and stack up to vertical. Exhale, round forward. You can soften your knees a little bit if you feel real tense in your back. And then push down into your heels to help you grow tall as you inhale. Exhale, flex forward, creating a little stretch in between your blades. And then inhale, stack back up. And just one more time like that. Exhale, rounding forward. And then inhale, back up. Open your stance out just a little wider so you're about shoulder width apart now. And I want you to let your arms just like wiggle a little bit. All right, we're going to circle your arms, but both of them going in the same direction, and we're going to alternate. So we're just going to go around once and then the other way. And I'm doing a little bit of a turn with my upper body and a little change with the gaze, like I'm just trying to watch the hands go around the circle. Just keep the arms soft. Just go for a nice big free swing. And let's do 4 and 3, 2, and 1. Just give me a round of a little side bend. So one stretch right into the next with no pause, and then the other. And then up and over one side, letting your head go with you, and then to the other. And we'll just take one more each way. Just get that nice full side body stretch. And then relax. All right, I want you to go down into kneeling on your hands and knees. We're going to play around here for a little while. So if your wrists are really sensitive, rather than going up onto your knuckles, I'd rather you pause this, grab a towel, and put it under just the heels of your hands so you kind of prop them up a little higher. Kind of like if this was your feet, how you'd look in a high heel shoe. That'll be the better way to take some pressure off your wrists for what we're about to do. If you're just flat on the floor like me, you're going to spread your fingertips apart really wide. That will also help your wrists. And take a second to settle your weight evenly between your arms and your legs. Now you just did a standing side bend, so you felt the motion of lateral flexion through your spine. Let's try that from this position. So you can begin it almost like a sway of your hips back and forth. So like you're like a dog wagging its tail. And then add the shoulders going through that same motion. So it feels like the shoulders going to the same side hip and just bringing the head along with you. And if you need to make it bigger, you can even kind of try to look over the shoulder back towards that hip as you sway. And just wiggle out a little bit. This should feel like the direction a fish moves as it swims through the water. Okay, so just remember that. Take a pause. Let's go through a couple of regular old cat stretches on a 2-breath pattern. When you exhale, you're going to tuck your tailbone under, start to flex the spine up to the ceiling, spread your shoulder blades apart, and hang your head down. Then as you inhale, stick out your tailbone, start to elongate the spine, go a little bit past neutral and slightly extend. And then again, exhale, tuck your tail under, compress your abs, go into flexion, pushing away from the floor with your arms and legs. And then inhale, start to lengthen back out. Your shoulder blades glide back and down into a V, and you lift your chest and chin. One more full one like that. Exhale, flex the spine. And then inhale, lengthen back out. So that last statement was implying, let's do another half of one. Exhale, round your spine and stay in flexion. All right, so again, just sense for just a second. Rock a little forward and back till you feel like your weight's even between your arms and legs. And now while you hold your flexion, I want you to start that side to side motion. You're going to feel a little bit more of it happening at your hips than your shoulders, but just play a little bit and see if you can hold the two positions together, your side bend and your flexion. And let's do one more to each side. Come back to the center first, roll it back out. Okay, now you're going to take one leg straight out to the side. So just let me give you a front view for a sec. Yeah, I'll stay here for a minute. Okay, so I've got that pose. I'm going to repeat the cat stretch again, just with this leg in a different position. On your exhale, tuck your tail under, start to flex the spine up to the ceiling, hang your head down, and then roll back out of it, tail to head. That should give you a nice inner thigh stretch on this side. Exhale, tuck your tail under, flex, and then roll it back out. One more of those. Exhale, tuck under, scoop those abs up, hang your head down. Now really emphasize the sit bones lifting, sticking out. That's how we're going to get the stretch here as you return. We're going to keep the leg out. I'm going to shift my weight back towards my leg and then do the thread the needle. And then come forward. And I'm going to go back to side view. I just wanted you to see that once from the front. All right, so in time with shifting back, I'm going to rotate. And then I'm going to come back out of it, send my weight forward more towards my hands. Shift back, reach under, looking to where that arm's going, and return. And we're going to do this one 2 more times because I really love the inner thigh stretch. And one more time, reaching under and then back up. Now that leg that's out straight, we're going to draw a crescent moon with it. So I'm going to have you swing it across past where the other leg is. So I've gone way past the midline and then back out to the side. And I'm saying swing it just based on your floor. If you have carpet, maybe you can just glide it. I'm picking it up and placing it down. I don't know why this freaks me out, like I'd get a splinter on the side of my toe. And on the next one, I want you to leave your leg crossed and long. And now create a side bend towards where that foot is, and then come back out of it. Side bend, try to see your toes, let your head go with you, and then over and return. Now the leg that's crossed, I'm going to bend that knee, tuck the knee right into the pit of my opposite knee. I'm going to go back to that cat stretch again. As you exhale, tuck your tail under, flex your spine, and stick out your tail, elongate again. Exhale, tuck your tail under, scoop and flex, and roll it back out as you inhale. One more time like that. Exhale, round the spine, and roll it back out. Last side bend. Go side to side again, but look at my foot that's in the air. It's tick-tocking back and forth, following the side bend, so it becomes part of the hip motion. Okay, uncross that leg. Let's take this movement from the other side, starting with the leg out to side. I'm just going to turn towards you again, just so you get that visual, just as a reminder. Okay, so I have that leg straight out. Cat stretching. Exhale, tuck the tail under, flex the spine, stick out your tail, lift your chest, lift your chin. And again, exhale, round the spine, roll it back out, tail to head. One more time like that. Exhale, flex. Inhale, return. Now remember, as we thread the needle, you got to shift your weight back. So I'm going to come back towards my heel and turn towards the bent knee side. Shift the weight forward towards the hand, plant it back down. We're going to do 5 of these. Head rotates and follows that twist, and then return. And shifting back, reaching under and up. Twice more. I'm going to go back to sideways. Shift and twist. Get that shoulder close to the ground and return. One more time, shifting under and return. Crescent moon the leg. I'm going to pop it across the midline, tap it to the floor, then back out wide. And across and open. Cross and out, leaving it crossed now. Back to a side bend. I want to side bend towards the straight leg and then return. And again, looking over the shoulder, trying to see the foot, and return. And over, and return. All right, so tuck that knee into the pit of the other knee. Keep this foot off the floor. Back to your cat. As you exhale, tuck your tail under, flex the spine, try to press the back of your body through your skin. Inhale, elongate back out to that extension. Exhale, tuck under, scoop the abs up, hang your head down, and then roll it back out. And exhale, flex, and roll it back out. One more round of that side bend, just swaying side to side, letting the foot swing with me side to side to follow the hip hike. All right, unfold that. Let's go down onto your back. As you settle down here, knees bent, feet flat with a little space in between your feet, we're going to go into an exercise called the hip release. We just did a bunch of work mobilizing your spine. Now we're going to try to hold your spine still, keeping your whole torso in neutral while we isolate moving your leg within the hip joint. If you have trouble sensing stability or lack of stability, a good place to place your hands right now would be right on the front of your hips. You have those little bony prominences in the front. You could stick your fingertips there to kind of monitor if you're rocking around or staying still. All right, so I want you to start with your left leg. As you breathe in, allow the knee to slowly fall out to the side, so rotating the leg as you slide your foot down the mat to straighten your knee. Then when you exhale, you're going to turn your leg in and bend your knee to pull it back up. So I've kind of grazed one leg against the other. Now try your other leg. As it falls out, try to keep the opposite hip still. Slide your foot down the mat and then rotate it in and pull back up. And we're going to keep alternating. Inhale, let your left knee fall out and glide the foot down the mat. Exhale, rotate it in and pull up. Now the right knee drops out as you slide the foot away. Turn the leg in and pull back up. One more on each side. Release it out. Glide away, keeping your hips level. Rotate in and lift. And drop out the right. Slide it away. Turn in towards the center and pull back up. Reverse the direction. So now my left knee is going to fall in and crash into the right one as I slide it down towards the mat. I'm going to turn my toes out, drag the heel in, and lift the knee. Sometimes this one's a little harder to stabilize. Drop your knee in, slide it down, turn it out, and during this wide part, that's where it's hardest to resist rotation and lift up. So just stay tuned into that. Left knee, whoops, falls towards the middle, slides away. Turn out, drag your heel in, and lift your knee. Now the right one falls in towards the center and slides down. Rotate it out, drag in your foot, and lift. One more each side. Drop towards the midline, glide down the mat. Turn out your leg, drag in your heel and lift. Now the right one falls in and slides down. Turn out, drag your heel in, and lift it back up again. All right, just reset your feet so they're even and still spaced out just a little bit. I'm going to have you reach your arms up to the ceiling with your palms facing in. We're going to make a scissor with your arms, starting just 3 repetitions for now. When you exhale, reach one arm towards your ear and the other arm down towards your hip. Try to stay neutral, not resisting, your ribs popping off the mat. Inhale as your arms come back up above your chest. Switching arms now. Exhale, reach overhead. Inhale, back up to the middle. Now split them for the third one, and I want you to hold the split so we stay in that scissor. Now the arm that's reaching overhead, I want you to shrug that shoulder, and it'll feel like you're trying to reach a little farther away with that arm, and then slide the shoulder blade down. It's not a huge motion. You could see I maybe move an inch or two, and I'm trying to keep my arm long and just do this from a shrug. Would have been great if I started with my other side, but you'll get to see that in a minute. All right, take your arms back up. Let's scissor 3 more times. So exhale, they scissor apart. Inhale, they come together. Exhale to scissor. Inhale together. Go into the scissor and hold it. Now inhale, shrug up. Exhale, slide it down. Inhale, shrug up. Exhale, slide it down. One more time for now. Shrug up. Slide it down. Let's scissor again. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, they split. Meet at the ceiling. Exhale, hug those ribs together as you scissor. Ceiling. Now split and hold. 3 more shrugs. Inhale, elevate your shoulder blade. Exhale, feel it glide down the rib cage. Feel it glide up the rib cage and slide it back down. One more time, shrugging up and sliding down. Let's take those arms back up. Last round of 3. Exhale, scissor. Inhale, you lift. Exhale to split. Inhale up, scissor and hold. Now let's shrug. Inhale, shoulder blade up towards the ear. Now slide it back down towards your hip and up towards your ear. Slide it back down. Take a nice big inhale into the back of the ribs and slide it back down. Let's float both arms up and then just swing them back down by your sides. Okay, we're going to create an arm circle now with both arms, bringing you up into an ab prep. So let's take your arms overhead, just about halfway towards the floor. As you circle your arms around, you're going to exhale and follow by curling up your head and shoulders. Then as you inhale, lay your head down as you reach overhead again. Exhale, curl up, look at your knees. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, curl up, lower back down. Next time you go up, I want you to stay there. Keep your gaze at your thighs and arms by your sides. Now you're going to lean back just by about a rib and then exhale, curl up. So we're going to make a little pulse. Inhale, back a little. Exhale, lift. Rock back and lift. Let's do that 3 more times. Back. Use the breath to curl up. Inhale, back. Exhale, lift. 1 more time. Exhale, lift. Now when you come down, make the circle out to the sides. Take your arms up to the ceiling. Flex forward to follow. Lower your head as you draw the circle. Nod your chin. Curl up. Look at your thighs. Circle around as you lay your head down. Flex up. 1 more time. Circle. Flex up. Hold. Pulses again. Rock back a little as you inhale. Crunch up. Back and lift. Work with that breath. Inhale, expand. Exhale, lift. Back. Keep looking at the thighs 2 more times. Flex up. 1 more. Flex up. Let's just let your arms come to rest by your sides as you lay your head down. All right. I want you to lift your hips up into a bridge. So if your feet have like scooted far away from you, just bring them back in. Take an exhale breath and press your hips straight up into a bridge. Try to make a straight line from your rib cage through your pelvis down to your knees. Now we're going to do a set of 3 pulses. So I want you to come almost all the way down to the mat. You're going to inhale into a low hover. Now 3 pulses to get back to the top. Exhale for 1, little higher 2, little higher 3. Inhale, come almost all the way down. Repeat that again. Exhale up 1, little higher 2, further for 3. Inhale most of the way down. Last time, pulse it up 1, put a little pressure into those big toes, and 3. Stay up to inhale this time. Exhale, come all the way down. And repeat. Exhale, hips up to bridge. As you do that initial lift, try to reach your knees away from your shoulders. That'll help you get a nice stretch in your quads. Inhale, let's drop down almost to the mat. Now little pulses, squeeze and lift from the glutes. Exhale 1, little higher 2, little further 3. Inhale all the way back down to, almost down to the mat, sorry. Exhale up 1, little higher 2, further for 3. Inhale back down to that hover. 1 more time. Exhale up 1, little higher 2, further for 3. Inhale, hold at the top. Exhale all the way back down. Just 1 more time and you're done with this. Exhale, take it up to your bridge. Good. Now crease at the hips, come down to that low hover. Now pulse up 1, little release. Pulse up 2, further hit that strong straight line at the top. Inhale almost all the way down. And again, pulse up 1. Keep reaching those knees away from the shoulders. 2, further for 3. Inhale back to hover. Last time. Pulse it up 1, energy into those big toes. 2 and 3. Stay up for the inhale. Now this time as you come down, lose the feeling of a board. Roll through your spine. Drop 1 rib at a time. Then work through your low back. And then land your hips. All right. From there, straighten your legs out. We're going to repeat those arm circles we were doing before, but now we're going to use them to come into a full roll up. So you want to work with your feet flexed, legs can be together or slightly separated, whichever's more comfortable. And why don't you just pose your arms over your chest to begin? All right, so I'm going to have you take the arms overhead like we began before. As you circle your arms around, start to do your crunch, and we're going to keep rolling forward. I want you to reach your hands just a little higher than your feet and round forward over your legs. Now start to roll back down, tucking your tailbone under. Try to drop one vertebra at a time to the mat. Lay your head down, take your arms overhead again. Exhale, circle the arms around as you curl forward, scooping the navel in. Everything else reaches forward towards your legs, and then roll back down, one bone at a time, unraveling at the bottom, reaching your arms overhead. Exhale, circle the arms. Start to curl forward, reach over your legs. Inhale, start rolling down. And exhale, unravel, arms reaching overhead. All right, reverse the direction of your circles. Arms go up to the ceiling. Nod your chin. Start to curl forward, reach over your legs. Now, when you inhale, start the roll back from your pelvis. You're going to let your arms swing wide to draw the circle. Exhale, lay yourself flat. Inhale, arms up to the ceiling. Nod your chin as you exhale, curl forward over your legs. Inhale, start to roll back. Exhale, circle around. One more time. Inhale, arms up. Nod your chin, flex forward, dive towards your legs, and then roll back down. One more big circle, reach overhead. Now, lay your arms down overhead. You're going to take one arm. We're going to roll over the other arm to flip onto your stomach. Because I'm laughing. I think this class has become like every week, what's on Kate's floor? Well, we were in Los Angeles last week, and my daughter had to get extensions in her hair for a dance performance. And we took it out yesterday. Holy mess. Just holy mess. And it didn't matter how much I swept. Just like beads get everywhere. Hair extension hair gets everywhere apparently. And I just found like a whole glob of it attached to my foot that I swear I thought I cleaned this room before I started. I just cannot get right. Anyway, all right, legs parallel, out straight on the mat. Again, either together or slightly separated for now. We're going to go into the double U shape of your arms. And just so you have a second to sense the important part of this exercise before we get crazy with our limbs, let's do a couple rounds of just isolating, extending your thoracic, your ribcage part of your spine. So we're going to begin in a low hover, nose very close to the mat, spine as long as possible, and give it that energy. Reach the crown of your head away from your toes. You're going to take a breath in before you move. As you exhale, pretend you're pushing a marble forward with your nose to start extending your upper spine. Now slide your shoulder blades back and down and press your chest forward and up as you lift it off the mat. We'll stop when there's just one or two ribs there, left on the mat. Take a breath in at the top. As you exhale, compress your abs and start to lower back down through each rib, then your collarbones, then your neck and head. Take an inhale breath at the bottom, feel those ribs get wider. When you exhale, compress your abs and start to lift up. As the shoulder blades drop back, you can feel that energy helping to push your chest forward in space. Stay here, take your breath in, and then exhale, ease yourself back down. Just one more time like that, breath in at the bottom. Start your exhale right before you begin to move. Get that base of support from your abs. Now start to lift up. So you're still using your breath to pull your ribs down as everything else comes up and forward. Stay there, take a breath in at the top. And then exhale, lower back down again. Okay, let's leave your arms there for a second. If your legs are together, I want you to open them to about hip width, turn them out slightly, and then we're going to bend your knees and flex your feet, so we start with your heels together here. At this point of the exercise, give a little energy between your heels. So they're not passive there. You want to feel that squeeze, and as soon as you activate pressure between your heels, you should feel a little activation of your glutes and your hamstrings to do that. We're going to take an exhale breath. You're going to stay in your low hover, and I want you to reach your arms overhead, so we're in our superhero flying position. Now, as you inhale, you're going to straighten your legs, point your toes, and at the same time, circle your arms around your hips, lift your head and chest so you're back up in that extension. When you exhale, bend your elbows, squeeze those heels together, dive down low, reach your arms overhead. As you inhale, circle the arms around to your hips, lift your head and chest, long legs here hovering off the mat. Put the knees back down as you bend them, squeeze your heels together, reach overhead. Inhale, use your breath to float up. Activate those glutes to lift your legs. Now we're activating the hamstrings and the glutes to squeeze into the midline. Inhale, circle, let your gaze lift off the end of the mat. Exhale, dive down low so you're looking right at the mat. Fuzzy vision. Inhale, circle around. We're going to do one more. Exhale, dive down low, squeeze into the midline, and inhale, float up, circling the arms. All right, come all the way back down again. Sit right back into a shell stretch, hips onto your heels. Arms out long unless that's uncomfortable for your shoulders. Then you can tuck them in here. And let's just stay here for a breath or two. So you're going to take a nice big inhale, filling up the back and the side. As I was saying, filling up the sides of the ribs with the breath. Stay here for an exhale, compressing your abs and increasing your flexion just a little bit more. Now take another breath in. We're going to add a little more motion. When you exhale, I want you to tuck your tail under, start to roll up, but then change your mind, and as you inhale, just flop back down. Exhale, tuck your tail under, so I'm rolling through a flex position, and then when I flop, I'm going to look forward towards my hands. Exhale, start to roll up, and then flop forward again. One more time, roll up, flop forward, and now let's take it all the way up. Tuck your tail, roll through your spine, and stack back up to vertical. All right, we're going to stay upright. We're going to come into a kneeling position. We're going to get a little side kick in. As we're setting up your side kick, one hand's going to go back down onto the mat. Set it about evenly with your knees. And again, spread those fingers out. And now we're going to reach your other leg out straight. Free hand's going to go at your forehead. You're going to lift your top leg up to hip height. That's like the max I want you to get. If that's too much and that causes discomfort in the hip, you could do this one with your leg a little bit lower. Try to keep your leg at the same height the whole time though. Flex your foot. As you inhale, you're going to swing your leg forward and we're going to do 2 kicks towards the front. When you exhale, point your toes, kick back a little further than where we started to open up that front of the hip. Inhale, 2 kicks forward. Exhale, 1 smooth swing back. Try to keep the leg parallel as it swings through space. Exhale. Inhale, reaching energy out your heel. And exhale back. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale, inhale, smooth exhale. Breathe for 1, 2, and exhale back. Inhale, kick, kick. Exhale, sweep back the leg. Last time, reaching 1, 2, and exhale it back. All right, bend that knee, release it down. Give me a little shake, shake, shake. Let's do the same thing on the other side. All right, hand down to the floor, fingers spread, other leg reaching out long. All right, let's take that free hand to your forehead. Okay, press away from the floor with the hand and the knee, and then float that leg up. Check it out, it's parallel. As you inhale, you're going to flex your foot. Give me 2 kicks to the front. 1, 2. Exhale, point your toes, swing back the leg. And again, reach right towards my foot in the screen. Exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, kick 1, 2. Use the breath, create support around the torso. Inhale, inhale, and exhale back 4 more times. Reaching 1, 2, and sweep back your leg. Try to keep that lift and exhale back. Last 2. Kick, kick, sweep back. 1 more time. Inhale, inhale, exhale back. All right, down onto that knee, up to tall kneel. All right, make sure there's still a little space between your legs. Shaky, shaky. Sorry, you get that on the side too. All right, let's take your arms out to the side. Stop sign hands. I know I'm obsessed with stop sign hands, but I am. Let's do spine twist, 3 pulses to each side. Let's go right first. As you exhale, you're going to rotate the spine for 3. Little release, 2, and 1. Big inhale back to center. Other side. Try to press out through your arms, reaching through the heels of the hand just like you did with the foot. Inhale to center. Exhale, twisting 1, and 2, and 3. Now doing that with this breath pattern's nice because your breath is pulling into the midline as your arms are reaching farther away from the midline. Back to the center. Now grow taller, spiral up. Further for 2, further through 3. Big inhale to the center and exhale to twist. Ring it out. 2 and further for 3. Inhale to center. Last one each side. Twist. And 2. Bring your head with you. 3. Inhale to center. Last time for 3. Deeper for 2 and further for 1. Back to the center. Let your arms release down. Let's come up to stand. Next, shake out your legs a little bit if you want to. Okay. We're just going to finish up with a quick lunge series just so you get a little more work in your legs, and then you're out of here. So let's set a staggered stance. I will count this as a rep. but just try bending both of your knees to make sure you're in a broad enough stance to do a lunge. Back heel's going to stay off the ground. This is really good to improve mobility through your toes into extension as well. And let's do this today, hands either behind your head, or you can bring them to your forehead if that's more comfortable for a tight chest. Okay, 5 times, just going down into your lunge. So we're going to bend the knees, keeping your weight over that back leg, and then come back up. And again, dropping down. Now, I'm not going to give you a breathing pattern here, but please do keep breathing. Just whatever you need to do. And down and up. I'm going to drop down and stay here. I'm going to rotate side to side, going towards your front knee first, and then your back leg. Front leg, back leg. One more time. Front leg, back leg, return to center. Straighten your back knee, but leave your front knee bent, and we're going to do a hinge forward into a fencer's lunge and extend the arms, and then return hands behind the head to regular lunge. Hinge forward. Try to return to vertical as you bend the knee. Hinge forward. I always want to look at myself at this because I don't even know if I'm landing right and showing you. There we go. Boom. And down. Now go to that fencer's lunge and stay. All right, last move on this series. We're going to swing your arms straight down, lift your knee up, arms to overhead, go back to that fencer's lunge. So knee raises and drops. Lift tall. Use that front leg, push down through your heel to help you drive the other leg up. One more time, lifting and down. All right, rise back up. You can just pivot and turn to the other side to reset it. All right. Do your tester. Da-da-da-da. Okay. Hands behind your head. Up and down. Bending both knees, just your traditional lunge. For those of you that are tight in your hip flexors, just doing this might feel like a nice stretch to open up the front of that joint. One more time and stay down. All right, from here, turn towards your front knee and then your back knee side. Front knee side, back knee side. One more time, front side, back side, back to the center. To our fencer lunge. We're going to extend your back leg, hinge forward, make that long line, foot to arms. Now bend the back knee to pull you back to your regular lunge. And again, press through the foot to lean forward. Pull yourself back and down in space. Fencer's lunge. Follow that knee dip down towards the floor and reach forward and back. One more time to stay. All right, let's do that knee driver from here. Arms swing down, knee lifts up, we balance. Go back to your fencer's lunge. And again, knee up, back down. My room's so big, but I still crash into the wall all the time. What's up with that? One more time. Up and down. You could rise back up. All right, last but not least, feet back to hip width apart. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Lift your chest. Let your arms open a little bit up there, like you're grabbing for the ceiling. And then as you exhale, I want you to let your head and shoulders just drop. And we're going to sink down, swinging your arms back, and then all the way up. We did this the other week. This is just like a slow motion version of drop and catch. Inhale up, exhale, collapse down. Inhale, lift. 2 more times, collapse down and flex. Back up. 1 more time to drop and lift. Let your arms swing down and relax. You're all done. And I'm out of breath. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later on.